I'm going to show you exactly how to put together the perfect dynamic warm-up step by step so you get the best out of each training session and each run. So the first thing up is you want to increase your heart rate and your body temperature as well. So this is where the body starts to adapt to exercise. So it starts to take in more oxygen and it starts to get rid of more carbon dioxide as well. So this increases your circulation. So it just helps with the muscles, the fascia, the connective tissue, and it prepares you for the next stage ahead really. So just spending 3 to 5 minutes just gradually warming up the body. Start nice and easy and just build up the movement slowly, just increasing your heart rate and your breathing, just ready for the next stage. So next up we want to activate and mobilize the body. And this is going to start to wake up those lazy muscles and get them nice and activated for the work ahead. So we're going to start getting into the glutes, the legs, the core and the stabilization muscles, just so it supports your breathing, your posture, and obviously you're running more efficiently as we move as well. And at the same time, we just want to start to mobilize through the kind of ankles, the hips and the thoracic spine, just to get it moving more freely and naturally, so we run nice and free. And here you can see I'm just standing nice and tall, just prepping the body a little bit, just driving that knee up, warming up the hip flexors a little bit, just landing underneath the center of gravity. Here, just getting into the hamstrings a little bit more, just warming those up. And if you point the knees down towards the ground, that just open up through the quads as well. And here we're just going to start warming up through the calf and through the ankle complex. Just nice and easy, just lifting up. And here you can see I'm just leaning forward, engaging the core, and as I lean forward I'm just squeezing that glute just so it's starting to activate a little bit, and it's just loosening off through the front of the hip flexors as well, which is nice. And here I'm just putting some movements together. So again, it's a nice little lunge pattern with a twist, so we're getting some rotational movement in here now. And again, we're just warming up through those legs and through that hip flexor a bit more. So next up is potentiate. So here we just want to get the body to adapt to the work ahead. So if you've got hill reps, speed work, or your heart rate zone 4, your threshold training, then obviously that's going to be quite a high intensity. So we're going to gradually do this dynamic warm-up to match that workout ahead. So your ligaments, fascia, and your body is prepared for the work ahead. So 1, you perform better, and 2, you reduce the risk of injury as well. So here I am just increasing the intensity slightly, just starting to get into that faster movement, gradually building up the heart rate to around about heart rate zone 4. And roughly we want to do 6 repetitions here at 10 to 15 seconds, and that should get you pretty sharp and ready for the run. And then next we'll move on to some dynamic stretching. So this is where we're just going to start to work through the body, so improving your range of motion. And this is going to be better than doing static stretching, because we're just going to hold it for a short period of time. So this is not going to just impinge on your performance really. So we're just going to add these in there. So we're just warming up through the calves, through the hamstrings, through the quads. Hip flexors can be quite tight, so really get into those and just start to work through that spine a little bit as well, just to ease that in. And here I'm going through some hamstring sweeps, so just 5 to 10 each side is more than plenty, just to loosen off through those hamstrings and getting them moving more efficiently. Next up, we're just going to get into the quadriceps. So just coming up, just holding for a second and putting it back down. And next up, we're just going to get into the hip flexors and the side body. So as you can see, I'm just lunging forward and then reaching with the opposite arm up in the air, and then just stretching out through that side body and hip flexor nicely. And then here, I'm just getting into the ankle complex again. So just loosening off through the soleus more than anything, through the calf muscle, so it's nice and loose and ready to go. And this is another good time to add in other stuff as well, like your arm swings, your leg swings, just to improve that range of motion and get yourself moving a bit better. So next up, I would just add in some running drills. So you only have to add 2 to 3 running drills into this part, and this is going to help quite massively with your body movement. So you're going to help with kind of that timing, cadence, rhythm, leg turnover, and also with your coordination as well. So it definitely preps the body up for running, and let's face it, if we don't do them now, then we're probably never going to do them. So yeah, add these into the warm-up. You're already nice and warm, you're already ready to go. So this is going to kind of get you more mentally prepared really. So you kind of focusing on movement quality and precision when it comes to running. So here I'm doing some A skips. These are great for posture, timing, and just that knee drive, and just warming up those hip flexors a bit more as well. Next up, we've got the pistons. Again, every third leg, I'm just driving the heel up towards the buttocks, getting those hamstrings nice and warm. And here you can see I'm just doing the bounds. These are really good for developing explosive power. And then finally, we've got plyometrics. So just adding 1 to 3 of these in with your dynamic warm-up is going to make a massive improvement in your running ability. And plyometrics helps with that kind of recoil energy as well. So you're getting that nice little power back through the tendons and through the fascia, where you can just run that little bit faster. So again, I call it free energy. I wouldn't call it free energy because you do have to work towards it, but it's definitely something to add in there, and it's going to make a big improvement. One, when you want to just up your pace a little bit more, improve your leg turnover, or just finish nice and strong at the end of a race. So here I am doing some side to side hops. This is really good for that kind of side movement. When it comes to running, we still need to be strong from side to side. And here I am just doing some pogos, being nice and reactive with the feet. And the next one, this is not really one that most people have to do, but this is something that I find that's quite good for most people. And we've all got that kind of sticky joint, or that lazy glute, or that lazy leg, or something that we need to work on a little bit more. So this is the great opportunity just to maybe focus on one of the areas that you want to work on, i.e. it might be a little bit more mobility through the hips, or it might be that you just want to loosen that ankle off a little bit as well. So yeah, just start to add some of those in, and that kind of personalizes your dynamic warm-up really, and it makes it more unique to you. So the stuff that I've just shared is kind of anyone can do, but this stuff is going to be where you start to look at your body and start to adapt the dynamic warm-up to you. And that's pretty much how you'd structure a really good dynamic warm-up before you go out for a run. So just think about raising your heart rate and your body temperature, and then just think about activating and mobilizing your body a little bit more. And then after we've done that, potentiate. So just think about the race ahead and where you need to be. And then you can add in some nice sort of dynamic stretching. So just get that little bit more range of motion through your body. And then we can start to add in some running drills just to make sure that you're really good to go and improving your running ability and your rhythm and your stride. And then we could get into some nice plyometrics to finish off for that nice explosive power and recoil energy. And then after that, if you want to sort of get into any sticky areas or anything that you think's lazy or you want to improve on, you can just do 2 or 3 of those, just run through them, and then you're virtually good to go. And remember, this is not about perfection. This is about prepping your body just to move better, feel better, so you could be more efficient when you're running. If you found this video helpful, then press like, subscribe, and is there anything else that you want me to cover in the future, just let me know in the comments and I will get to it. Take care.